How's it going, guys? It's your boy Stas here. Got my good old double espresso as always, and I have some OJ today, guys. Cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in, as believe it or not too hard to believe probably, but the stock market is selling off, and we have to break down what's going on, the charts, what stocks I'm watching right now, and we have to go over some earnings, as we are in the midst of earnings season, guys. Well, I guess not in the midst anymore. We're now towards the end of earnings season, but either way, we have a lot to cover. Hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my actual portfolio updates, my trades, investments, my options moves, and if you want to be a part of my private Discord, that's all linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stasurfs.com/Patreon. And now, enough of that. Cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Let's dive into it. So it's not a nasty red day by any means right now, guys, but it is a red day across the board. Well, actually, the Russell has been flipping green, red. Now it's actually back in the green, barely 0.1%. The Dow's actually down 0.15% as the S&P's down 0.3% and the Q's are down just over 0.5%. So again, not a terrible red day. Not a destructive red day, but we are seeing some selling as Nvidia is selling off about 2%, or at least it was last I checked. Let me double check. About 2%. Nvidia's down at 219, which we'll do another video later today on this stock. We're not going to focus too much on it today, but we got record numbers out of Nvidia. The stock actually popped, to 227 initially this morning, and then it's been downhill since. We're down from 227 now to 219, which is a 3.5-4% drop. And honestly, I think it's a buy anywhere near 200, 210. But we'll talk about that more in the next video, guys. So make sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You might as well, guys. We're on the way, on the road to 100,000 subs here on YouTube. I appreciate you all, as always, for tuning in, subscribing. Without you, obviously, this would not be possible. So we're down across the board thanks to Nvidia and a bunch of these other big tech stocks that are slipping. We have stocks like, Microsoft down, Meta's down, Alphabet was down. Now it's actually going green, as Amazon's in the red as well. I think Apple's down. Last I checked, actually, no, I'm lying. Apple's now going green as well. But either way, we're seeing another pullback in the stock market. And you might be like, Stas, it's supposed to happen, or we're due for a bigger pullback in the market. And a lot of people have been arguing that, right? And the momentum, I guess, has slowed down over the past week. And you guys are noticing here on the 1-hour chart on SPY, we're fighting at these moving averages. Same on the Qs, right? The Qs are fighting for dear life right around these moving averages as we're holding support. And again, we've lost a bit of steam, but we're holding support at about 705, 710. What direction are we going to pick now, right? Because, Nvidia's earnings came out and they didn't necessarily give us distinct direction in either way, right? So at this point, the Qs really could go in either way in the short term based on the charts, and same thing on SPY in the short term, right? You could make a case that this goes down towards 720, 725 on the 4-hour chart, right by this 180 moving average, and you can make that case on the Qs as well. Maybe it goes down to 675, 700, 685. That would be a healthy pullback. You could make that case based on the charts right now, but obviously you could also say, look, Nvidia reported record numbers. The stock's seeing a bit of a shakeout now, but buyers are going to come in pretty soon and we're going to rocket back up. You could make that case that we're going to break through, let's say 715 on the Qs, and then it's going to go to all-time highs again. And I think that would be the trigger for the breakout if we took out 715, which has been the high here over the last couple of days. You guys can see if I draw this trend line, if the Qs take out 715, I think it's going to fly. But again, you could make that case for either direction here. So again, NVIDIA's bringing down the market a little bit, not too bad. And we do actually have a lot of other stocks moving in the AI space, if you want to call it that. Nebius, I guess you can call it that, right? Duh. Nebius is up 16% right now, guys, trading at 222, completely breaking out again after NVIDIA's earnings. So clearly investors, in Nebius are buying this stock like crazy. It looks like NVIDIA-backed Nebius partnered with Bloom Energy for AI cloud expansion. So we got NVIDIA's earnings. They're obviously backing Nebius. Now they're, partnering with Bloom. A lot's going on here, a lot of catalysts pushing the stock higher, which, by the way, Bloom Energy, ticker BE, we haven't really covered that too much on the channel, but this one is one that I've been tracking. I haven't bought it. I haven't even traded it, right? But it recently pulled down to about 242. Clearly that dip was bought up, and now it's up 12% on this Nebius news. Maybe that's worth another video. I'll probably make a short on that or something. But yeah, Bloom's exploding. Nebius is exploding. ARM Holdings is up a lot, up around 10%, completely going haywire at this point, guys, taking out the highs from the last couple of weeks. So just because NVIDIA's down doesn't mean every, AI stock's down. We have a lot of them that are up. Micron, Coherent, right? Micron's now up 2.5%, 3%, clearly trying to break back out here as Coherent is pushing 400 a share again. We're at 380 pretty much, up around 5%, over 5% on Coherent. And we got a lot of earnings this morning, guys. We might as well break those down right now. We had earnings out of Walmart come, and look at the stock. It's down 7%. Got completely rejected at about 135, which was that high from back in February, also just a couple of days ago, right? Clearly we got hit there. Now we're tanking under these moving averages on the 4-hour chart. It's a complete falling knife, and at this point we're at 120, holding it by a thread. So Walmart, let's see what they reported, guys. Let's see. Can we even get down to these numbers, guys? Where the heck are these numbers? Looks like here. Tell me I can't see them. Okay. Adjusted EPS, 66 cents. That came in line with the estimates on revenue. Let's see, of 177.75 billion versus 174.94 billion. I mean, that is insane. Think about how much money on the top line Walmart is bringing in. Almost $200 billion, guys. That is insane. It's inevitable that they're going to bring in $1 trillion of revenue at some point in the future. I don't know when. I mean, you could run models and see kind of where, based on a conservative growth rate, when they'll hit $1 trillion in revenue for the year. But man, we're getting close. That is nuts. If they're doing 200 billion almost in sales in a quarter, annualize that, guys. That's $800 billion almost. We're getting there. And it looks like here they see adjusted EPS for Q2 of 72 to 74 cents versus 75 cents expected. All right, a little soft there on the EPS guidance. On sales guidance of 182 to 184 billion roughly versus the 186.4 billion expected. So there you have it. That is why the stock is selling off. Their guidance, it's a bit soft, and EPS came just in line with estimates, although again revenue beat, but the fact that sales guidance, EPS guidance for the upcoming quarter is soft, that is not ideal here for the stock in the short term. And it looks like here global advertising business, it rose 37%. Membership fee revenue up 17.4% globally. That's pretty good. It looks like they reaffirmed some guidance here for 27. I mean, look, their 27 sales guidance for the full year is at 731 to about 738 billion versus the 742 billion expected. So full year sales is a bit soft too. But again, it goes back to that almost $1 trillion number. Think about that. $1 trillion of sales, guys. Unfreaking real. It's coming. And this pullback is Probably due. It was due for a pullback. This stock got a little ahead of itself. We talked about that a couple months ago, and it's been soft since, as we've seen a rotation out of the Walmarts of the world into more of the tech stocks again. So Walmart has been soft for a little bit. Now it's selling off again, but honestly, I think this could be a buy the dip opportunity once the dust settles. It's kind of similar to McDonald's. You know, if I had to pick defensive stocks, right? If I had to pick some of these, safer quote unquote stocks, I'm going McDonald's. I'm going Walmart, right? Both of them are seeing a bit of a sell-off. I think McDonald's more so. And if you pull back the layers, when in doubt, zoom out. These charts look great on McDonald's, on Walmart. So I think longer term, if you're looking for entry points, this is not bad on either of these stocks. If you're looking for a more defensive, more conservative stock, which I know a lot of us are growth investors. We're not interested in Walmart or McDonald's for that matter, but they are worth watching, no doubt. Same with NIO. They just reported earnings, Chinese tech, EV company, whatever you want to call them, and they did EPS, let's see here, guys. They lost 3 cents, it looks like, on revenue of $3.7 billion. That beat the $3.5 billion expected. Looks like their Q1 deliveries jumped 98% year over year to 83,465 vehicles, and they forecast Q2 vehicle deliveries of 110 to 115,000, up 52% to about 59% year over year. Very strong, guys. But why is the stock just stuck? It's glued in the single digits for years now. I mean, this stock ran to $60. Do you guys remember that? I mean, this stock used to be in the single digits years ago. And by the way, not to toot my own horn, but for those that remember, you probably don't. But I bought NIO when it was in the single digits years ago, like 5, 6, 7 years ago at this point, and I wrote it up. I don't think all the way to 65. I forget where I sold it, but it was a multi-bagger for your boy, and now it's back to $5, and I don't think it's got another multi-bagger in its bag right now, in its future. Maybe it goes to $15, $20. Okay, maybe there is more potential for a multi-bag, but with how Chinese stocks have been, they're kind of out of favor. I don't know. Their fundamentals keep getting better, NIO's, but the stock price is just stuck. It's stuck in the single digits, and it has been for years. And until we get some sort of momentum out of $9, $10, I'm probably staying away from NIO for now. They're a solid company, solid vehicles, good numbers, strong fundamentals, but the stock is just not moving. And part of me believes it's because it's a Chinese name. Part of me believes it's because it's an ADR, right? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. But we also got earnings out of DE, which is Deere and Company, and their stock is tanking, which we kind of outlined this last time we covered them. We talked about the descending triangle. That ended up playing out. We talked about these gaps that could fill to the downside. It looks like we filled the one to 530, and now it's at 517. It looks like we're about to fill the gap down to 500, 505, which that is where DE starts to get a bit interesting on the charts. And yeah, it's a falling knife. We're probably better off letting the dust settle. But man, if you want a DCA, let it ride a little bit. This could be the opportunity that you've been waiting for, as, let's be honest, DE, when it got to 675, it was overbought. It was overvalued. Come on. We all know that. So here it's looking a little bit more attractive, a lot more attractive in my opinion. But let's see these numbers. EPS beat $6, 55 cents versus the 573 expected. All right, very nice beat on sales of 13.36 billion versus 11.5 billion. Oh my gosh. They beat sales by about $2 billion and they beat EPS by about $1. So they're crushing it. Let's see guidance. Anything on that? Not seeing anything on guidance. Might have to dive deeper into the to the actual earnings release. But man, that's kind of what you want to see. A stock that is selling off aggressively after good earnings all while the chart is looking pretty good, that's what you want to see potentially for an entry. Not telling you guys to buy, not telling you guys what to do, but usually when I see a stock getting this oversold on good earnings, when the stock's overall still in an uptrend, my alarm bells go up, or my antennas go up, whatever you want to call it. And when you pull back the layers, guys, the chart looks good. The 3-year chart looks great. The max chart, forget about it, looks phenomenal, you know. So I like DE here. I like DE, and I'm watching it, you know, for a trade, for an entry, anywhere from 500 to 510, kind of where we are now. So what do you guys think? That's pretty much it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to subscribe for future content. There will definitely be a lot more content here, guys. So subscribe, hit that follow button, and feel free to join my Patreon if you want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my trades, investments, be a part of my private Discord. All of that's linked down below or pinned in the comments, or go to stasurfest.com/Patreon. It's not hard to find. I'll see you guys in there. And with that being said, cheers. I'll have a great day. I'm at a loss for words here, guys. I'll see you later. Peace out. Yeah, time to end this video. I'll see you guys.